All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Surly Brewing Company, and they're out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this is their Furious. So this is an American IPA that comes in at 6.7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, although they do say high on their website, so I'd imagine pretty damn high. And at the time of review, this can is just over 1 month old. So I thought I had this one before, and I haven't. I have had their abrasive ale, I've had their coffee bender, and I just reviewed their Todd the Axeman about a week and a half ago, which, by the way, was a huge disappointment for me. That was a beer that I had 4.5 years ago, and it was a 5 out of 5, and I just reviewed it and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Could be many factors, including my terrible palate, but I was pretty bummed out about that one just because it was like, I remember that beer being great, and then I drank it and I'm like, it's just solid at best. So for me, again, everybody's different. So I'm hoping that this one's a little bit better. This is like I think they're like flagship staple IPA. And we got a one-time drop of Surly in the Western New York area. It was this beer along with Todd the Axeman, and I had to grab this one. I was going to grab it regardless if I've had it before, because I wanted to review it, and finding out that I haven't had it before makes it a little bit more interesting. On the back, it's funny because they call it American IPA, but then they say Imperial Red Ale, Hoppy Red, not really an amber. Furious breaks all the rules. We aren't even sure what to call it. So I'd imagine this might, and it talks about caramel malt backbone and so forth. So this might be more in like your hoppy amber, hoppy red territory than American IPA. But I've never had Furious, so I can't speak from experience. But I'm gonna try it now. So let's get into it. Yeah, so that's pouring out more like an amber or like a red for sure. That does not look like your typical American IPA at all. Way darker. Maybe like a double IPA, like with a lot of malt. But yeah, that looks like an old school American double IPA, honestly, like a 10% monster of a beer. So it has chill haze on it. It's been out of the fridge for like 20-25 minutes, so it shouldn't have that much chill haze. But yeah, it's this really deep amber, reddish, caramel looking color. Has about a 2.5 3-finger head because I poured it like a moron. It definitely has a cream khaki colored head. Very, look at the size of the bottle, very soap sudsy looking. But yeah, that does not look like a 6.7% American IPA. Even old school, this is darker, I'd say. I don't know how it's going to come off on camera, but I imagine it's going to be quite dark. Anyway, let's get a nose. Remember, this is about 4.5 weeks old, so not getting a whole lot. A little bit of like a caramel malt base. Touch of citrus, like a sweet orange, sweet grapefruit. Yeah, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I can't get much. Caramel, a little bit of sweet citrus, not much else. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's strange. That is strange. Definitely has a big malt backbone, a lot of caramel, a lot of bready, a lot of bread, toasted, almost like slightly toasted white bread. Not like big toasted white bread, just like slightly toasted white bread. Touch of like nuttiness too. Really easy to drink at 6.7%. Body on this one, medium body, fine. The mouthfeel, it's a little bit more smooth and soft than I thought. Definitely carbonation here, but it's a really nice softness to it as well. Like, it's carbonated, and I would say it's slightly undercarbed for like the style, but I think it works well. The flavors though, definitely malt forward, caramel, slightly toasted white bread, a little bit of nuttiness. And then I'm hit with like the citrus rind, like a rind of a grapefruit, a rind of an orange tangerine. It hits mid palate, a little bit of like a floral, earthy thing going on. It finishes semi-dry and moderately bitter. So this has like, old school American IPA vibes. That's like, I would like to say this is like a hybrid of like an amber ale. Like I just call this a hoppy amber. They say Imperial Red, no. Hoppy Red, no. Not really an amber. I'd say like a hoppy amber. That's what this is kind of drinking like right now. Again, it's not super fresh and not like 2 days old, but 4.5 weeks old. I think you should be okay at that point. Yeah, it drinks like a hoppy amber. It's solid. I enjoy it, but American IPA, kind of, but not really for me. Yeah, interesting. I actually like it quite a bit. I really like that caramel malt base. This reminds me of an old school American IPA that has a nice balance between the caramel malts, a little bit of citrus, touch of that floral earthiness. I'm not really getting a ton of pine. A little bit of pine now in the back end, like a resinous pine quality on the finish, but not too much. It's more of like the floral, earthy, almost herbaceous type of quality. As you can see, I'm taking this down quite easily because it's easy to drink. The best way I can explain this one is it's more like a hoppy amber than an American IPA, but I am digging it, 6.7%. I can't tell you that it's 6.7%, so deceptive to some degree. Solid American IPA, hoppy amber, imperial red, like they say, hoppy red, whatever they want to say on the can. So, you know, I can't give this a super high rating or anything, but I am enjoying this one. I'm actually enjoying this one more than Todd the Axeman. Holy crap, I didn't think I'd say that. I really didn't think I'd even come close to saying that, but I do enjoy this one a little bit more than Todd the Axeman, at least the batch of Todd the Axeman I had recently. So Furious from Surly, I'm going to give it a low 3.7 or 3.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.7 exactly out of 5 for Furious from Surly. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I imagine a lot of people have had this one before because, like I said, it's a staples for Surly. Been around for a while. What price, and availability, the price point I paid in the Western New York area, I think this was like $3 something a can, $3.25, something like that. I think a 4-pack of it was like $12, maybe $13, somewhere in that range. So not terrible. I probably wouldn't pay that again to try this. I have so many beers like this, so it's interesting to give it a go, but you know, a little bit pricey for I think what I'm getting for a 4-pack. Availability, again, I don't know what Surly distro is. We got a one-time drop of it here in the Western New York area. Outside of that, I'd imagine they get distro all over Minnesota and probably some other states and whatnot, but I'm not really sure. So if anybody knows the price point and availability of this one in your neck of the woods, let me know. I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious about Furious. Yeah, I just did that. Terrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, 3.7 out of 5 for Surly Furious. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I think it's a pretty good, almost hop-forward amber ale to my palate. Again, my palate is incredibly stupid, so maybe yours is quite different. We'll see. Post in the comments. Let me know. Anyway, appreciate everyone stopping by. The next one. Cheers.